Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, sir, respected Madam Director, Judicial Academy, and Sir Manas Arwa, our Master Trainer, Sir Achungba Mjin, Madam Munjupini Badon, our Master Trainer, and Sir Atuka as well. So please, coming to my first page, electronic case management tools for advocates. This, it will mean for the purpose of access to laws, regulations, and case law. Exist forms to be submitted to the court, receive notifications, track status of a given case, view and manage our case documents, file briefs and documents with the court, access court orders and decisions of a given case. Those are the basic things that we will get access to an ECMT. The e-court, the e-court has different websites. And on the apex top, on the pyramid form, that it is the e-committee, which the link is given below. And besides that, the other website is National Judicial Data Grid. Then come to the e-court services, which we are availing presently in the high courts of respective high courts, and the district court websites. The technology, the present day technology, will empower the advocates in such a manner through the e-courts in such a way that we'll get our case status 24/7, even though it doesn't matter whether a high court or district is closed, doesn't matter, but we can get the status 24/7, cost list 24/7, the court orders if uploaded 24/7, and automated email to your inbox, digital diary for an advocate. There's a column called under my cases, in the e-court services. There you can maintain your cases in that app. Yes. Next page. In the website, in the indiacode.nic.in, you can search for all the acts, all the regulations, rules, sections, all subordinate legislations, or any other kind of acts passed by the parliament or by the states in the indiacode.nic.in. This is also a website which our advocates can also access, and the e-committee has put all the materials necessary for us during our search. E-committee, this one, about e-committee. The e-committee Supreme Court of India has welcomed us to this portal, showcasing the information and communication technology initiatives adopted by the judicial system in India. The committee is the governing body charged with overseeing the e-courts project, conceptualized under the national policy and action plan for implementation of information and communication technology in the Indian Judiciary 2005. E-courts is a pan-India project monitored and funded by the Department of Justice, Ministry of Law and Justice, Government of India. Its vision is to transform the judicial system of the country by ICT enablements of courts. Project overview: to provide efficient and time-bound citizen-centric services in accordance with the e-courts project litigants charter. To develop, install, and implement efficient justice delivery systems in courts. To automate processes, easing accessibility of information to its stakeholders. To enhance judicial productivity, both qualitatively and quantitatively, making the justice delivery system accessible, cost-effective, that means free because we can access it from our mobiles and laptops, reliable and transparent. Why is it reliable? Because it has been uploaded by a body having the authority or the power of authority, yes, and transparent, which transparent means is for all of us to see. e-committee.scigov.in is a website. Here we have the facility to access e-court service mobile app, e-courts fee payment. As for me, from last year, after the pandemic started, it was very difficult for us to pay the surety as well as fine. Like whenever in a criminal case it happens, then I was also able to pay the fees, surety, and the fine through the mobile app, which I will consider as e-courts fee payment also. Touch screen queues. This we have. I don't know why when it will be functional, but in the district court we have already installed one at the threshold at the entrance hall. This touchscreen queues. E-court services services portal, virtual courts, which we are experiencing presently, even living inside the High Court, even in the district courts in Kohima, we are experiencing the virtual courts, e-Seva Kendra, High Court services, National Judicial Data Grid, and e-filing. Please, coming to my next page, this NJDG, National Judicial Data Grid. The stands for National Judicial Data Grid. It started functioning way back in 2015. It is to track judicial performance across different courts in the country. It is a separate National Judicial Data Grid for the different high courts of India. It provides for the pending dashboard, disposal dashboard, alerts regarding cases listed to the board civil and criminal, undated cases. Next, cases pending for registration, cases under objection, excessive data cases, excessive data cases. Pre-trial cases, pre-litigation cases. And besides that, in this NJDG, they also upload the number of cases pending. It could be thousands and or it could be in lakhs. And the number of cases has been disposed besides the number of cases which are pending for disposal. This one, High Court e-services. This is e-services now coming to the High Court after coming from the apex from the e-committee in the Supreme Court in the NJDG. Now we're coming to our respective High Court. This page that I've shown here is one of the pages of the e-court services which we are accessing, which can be accessed from our mobile and which can be accessed from our laptops or desktops or iPads. This page, one, if you have a smart mobile or if you are registered, you can have this access e-services. But even if you access the e-services, if you don't know how to use it, it will be difficult. So there are some process which our advocates have to learn today to access to these e-court services. I am confident that in the next topics, my colleagues, my learned colleagues, friends, will coming up with those topics coming up. This okay. There are a few things that we should learn when we are using this tools, electronic tools for our case management. And one is we should know this CIS. Usually you call it the CIS, that is case information system. That case information system, and CNR, the case number record. This 16 digits. This case number records. If I come back here it is shown search by CNR number. Likewise, earlier when we used to travel by train, we get our PNR number. Likewise, nowadays they are providing CNR number. Then when I come to my CNR number written up here, search by CNR number, then suppose I have a case number 001 of 2016. So if I insert 001 of 2016, it may be same all over India. Maybe same in Karnataka, Mumbai, Guwahati, Nagaland, elsewhere. So this is a unique number, 16-digit unique number. So initially here, there's the example, they're using MH, Maharashtra. So they will give us Nagaland, NL. And AU is a district. AU is a district, then they will give us, suppose in Kohima, KM. Then they'll give the case numbers in the year 2015, this, which was filed in 2015. Likewise, here also, in this, the 16-digit number, every case you'll be assigned a case number, which is case number record, which will be unique and will be 16 digits. Then the 16 digits contains not only numbers, but it contains alphanumeric. Because why alphanumeric? Because it has to assign the state like annual, and suppose Kohima, KMA, and the rest of the numbers besides the year that you have filed, 1995 or 2021 in the ending. So these numbers is also, if we know how to access it or process it, so the 16-digit number is a very easy one. Next. to be a digital era advocate, to access all these functions of e-services. There are two things, my dear colleagues. There are two things that we should have. That is, we need to have a mobile and a mobile number. Mobile number. That is number one. That is the most basic is a mobile number you need to have. Besides that, we need to have an email. Both are they support each other. They are supplementary. Like they go in harmony. The mobile number and email, because you have to log into the e-court services. But without this, we cannot. Besides that, there are a few other items that we also will need is the passport. Could be in JPEG format or GPG format, and the size of the passport should be in 5 KB to 5 MB. This convert the passport, or the next comes the below the comes Aadhaar card, PAN card, travel license. Those are any of the forms, any of the documents that you can you will be required to register in the e-services. In the passports in the 5 KB to 5 MB. If you upload it in the computer, normally through Google, if you go to an app, any simple app in the Google, they will convert your passport or documents to 5 KB and 5 MB between. So to register yourself, my friends, my learned friends, we need our mobile number, our email, then any of the cards. This is Aadhaar card, PAN card, travel license, bar registration certificate. It's a simple 10 steps procedure which is user-friendly and rather dikait as breast snacks in China. Then they will give an OTP in your mobile number, or which comes to your email also. Then from there you put the OTP, then you becomes registered in the e-court services. And it is to be done, the whole exercise has to be done in the 18 minutes process. It is a 18 minutes process, but I'm confident and hopeful that we can finish it in 2-3 minutes, provided we have these documents, that mobile number, email, passport, in any of the documents which I have given below. Then you will be considered as a digital era advocates. And this is another form which I'm listing out here before. If we don't have the facility of entering ourselves in the computer, in the e-services, or through we're not the techno savvy, then this kind of form is also available in the higher courts or in the district courts, where it's very simple and you have to fill it up in capital letters. So we can fill it up this and give it to the computer server processor or any of the officers or assistants of computer assistants. They will help us register us, and we'll get the message in our email, and we'll get the message in our mobile number as well. In this form, the marks like district, advocate name, sex, date of birth, which are given an asterisk mark, highlighted in asterisk marks, star mark. Those are mandatory. The rest, it is upon you to fill up or not. I go to my next page.